Hi, I'm Miles. I run a tech company that specializes in cybersecurity software for financial institutions. Nothing flashy, but we're doing well. Really well, actually. Most people don't know that, though, because I keep a low profile. I drive a 10-year-old Honda, wear jeans and hoodies, and live in a modest apartment downtown. My brother Jake knows what I do, but he's always been private about my success, especially after he married Victoria 3 years ago. Victoria comes from money. Her parents, Richard and Diane Pemberton, own a real estate development empire. They throw their wealth around like confetti at a parade. Every conversation with them feels like a performance where you're the audience, not the participant. I was at Jake's house when Victoria called me into the kitchen. She was hosting her parents for dinner, and I'd stopped by to drop off Jake's birthday gift. Miles, could you help me with something? Victoria asked, her tone clipped. Sure, what do you need? Could you bring those trash bags out to the curb? The regular help isn't here today. I blinked. The trash bags? Yes, Miles. Is that too complicated for you? She barely looked up from her phone. Jake mentioned you're between jobs again. At least you can make yourself useful. I'm not between... Victoria, darling, is that your brother-in-law? Diane swept into the kitchen wearing more jewelry than a department store display. Miles, isn't it? Still doing that computer thing? Something like that, I replied. Richard followed his wife, his expensive suit practically announcing its price tag. Ah, the tech support brother. Tell me, Miles, have you considered getting a real job? You're what, 35, still playing with computers in your mother's basement? I have my own place and Son, I built my empire from nothing, Richard interrupted, puffing out his chest. Started with one property. Now I own half the commercial real estate in this city. That's real work, real success, not this gig economy nonsense. Jake appeared in the doorway. Dad, Miles actually has a successful... Jake, we need to discuss your portfolio, Richard cut him off. Come to my office tomorrow. We'll talk about getting you away from that middle management position. You married into success. Time to act like it. Victoria smiled at her father. Daddy's right, sweetheart. You deserve better than that company you're with. I like my job, Jake said quietly. Anyway, Miles, Diane said, examining her nails, we're having a charity gala next month. Very exclusive. $1,000 a plate. I suppose you can't afford that on your salary? Actually, I could. Don't be embarrassed, dear. She patted my arm condescendingly. Not everyone can run in our circles. Victoria says you work from home? How quaint, like one of those online survey people. Richard laughed. Survey people. That's good, Diane. Maybe he can review our hotels online. He turned to me. Tell me, Miles, what exactly do you do? Tech support? Computer repair? I develop cybersecurity software for... Oh, one of those pyramid scheme things? Diane gasped. Victoria, did you know about this? Mother, please, Victoria sighed. He's harmless. Jake feels obligated to include him in family things. My jaw tightened, but I stayed calm. Jake doesn't feel obligated. We're brothers. Brothers or not, Richard said, pointing at me. You need to get serious about life. Look at Jake. He married well, networked properly, surrounded himself with successful people. You're dead weight. When was the last time you contributed anything meaningful to this family? I brought Jake's birthday. A gift? Richard scoffed. What'd you get him? A used video game? Jake doesn't need your charity, Miles. He needs role models, winners, people who understand real business. Jake stepped forward. Dad, that's enough. Don't defend him, son. Tough love is what people like Miles need. Clearly, coddling hasn't worked. Richard grabbed his glass of wine. Miles, here's some free advice. Stop wasting your life. Get a real job, wear a suit, make connections. Otherwise, you'll be 40 and still tinkering with computers while the world passes you by. Richard's right, Diane added. We've been patient, but really, Miles, when will you grow up? Victoria touched her mother's arm. Let's just drop it. Miles is Miles. He won't change. I looked at Jake, who seemed torn between defending me and keeping peace with his in-laws. I'd seen this pattern for 3 years. Every family gathering, every holiday, every interaction. They treated me like hired help at best, a cautionary tale at worst. I should go, I said. Wait, Miles, Jake started. No, they're right. I clearly don't belong here. I set Jake's gift on the counter. Happy birthday, bro. As I walked out, I heard Richard say, see? No backbone. That's his problem. People who can't handle criticism never succeed. I sat in my car, hands gripping the steering wheel. My phone buzzed, a text from my business partner, Monica. Pemberton Development just reached out. They want to meet about our security system. Big contract. Interested? I stared at the message. Pemberton Development, Richard's company. I typed back. Very interested. Schedule the meeting. Don't mention my involvement yet. Monica called me the next morning. Miles, this Pemberton deal could be huge. They're launching a new financial services division, luxury mortgage lending for high net worth clients. They need top-tier cybersecurity before they can get licensed. What's their timeline? Desperate. They've been rejected by 3 security firms already. Either the firms couldn't meet their compliance requirements or weren't reputable enough for the financial regulators. They need someone certified, experienced, and fast. We're their last option. Perfect. Set up the meeting for tomorrow, but Monica, I want you to lead it. Don't mention me yet. Why? You're the CEO. Trust me on this. The next day, Monica called me from Pemberton Development's office. Miles, you need to hear this. She put her phone on speaker. I could hear Richard's voice clearly. Miss Chen, I need to be frank. We're under massive pressure. We've invested $40 million in this venture. If we don't get proper cybersecurity in place within 30 days, we lose our licensing, our investors, everything. I understand the urgency, Mr. Pemberton, Monica replied. Our system is exactly what you need. We've done this for 12 major financial institutions. Your credentials are impressive, Diane's voice chimed in. But we need guarantees. Our reputation is on the line. I assure you, Mrs. Pemberton, we're the best in the business. Richard cleared his throat. Who owns your company? I like to know who I'm dealing with. The CEO prefers to remain behind the scenes for initial meetings, Monica said smoothly, but I can arrange for you to meet him. Him? What's his background? Is he serious, professional? Richard demanded. I can't work with amateurs. Too much is riding on this. He's extremely qualified. MIT graduate, 15 years in cybersecurity, dozens of successful contracts. Fine. Set up the meeting. Tomorrow if possible. We're running out of time. After Monica hung up, I called her back. Good work. Schedule the meeting for tomorrow afternoon. Make sure Jake is there too. Jake? Your brother? He works in their finance department. He should be in any meeting about a $40 million security contract. Miles, what are you planning? Just doing business, Monica. Just doing business. That evening, Jake called me. Miles, I'm sorry about last night. Dad and Diane were way out of line. It's fine, Jake. It's not fine. They've been treating you like garbage for years, and I haven't stood up for you enough. Victoria, too. She just goes along with whatever her parents say. Why do you stay with them? Jake was quiet for a moment. I love Victoria. I thought I could change her, make her see how toxic her parents are. But they've got this hold on her. Everything is about status, money, appearances. You deserve better, bro. So do you. Look, I need to tell you something. Dad's company is in trouble. This new financial venture, if it fails, they could lose everything. He's been panicking for weeks. That's probably why he was extra cruel to you. He takes his stress out on people he thinks can't fight back. People he thinks are beneath him, you mean? Yeah, Jake sighed. I'm in a meeting tomorrow about some cybersecurity company they're hiring. Dad says it's their last hope. That's interesting timing, I said carefully. Jake, that company they're hiring, it's mine. Silence. What? SecureNet Solutions, that's my company. I'm the CEO they want to meet. Miles, no way. You own SecureNet? I've been trying to tell them for 3 years, but they never let me finish a sentence. They assumed I was a failure, so I let them believe it. Oh my God, Dad has no idea? None. Miles, this is going to destroy him. Good. What are you going to do? Go to the meeting. We'll see what happens after that. I arrived at Pemberton Development at 2 p.m., wearing my usual jeans and hoodie. The receptionist looked confused when I asked for the conference room. Are you delivering something? I'm here for the SecureNet meeting. Oh, the technical team can wait in the break room. I'll go straight to conference room A, thanks. I walked in to find Richard, Diane, Victoria, Jake, and Monica already seated. Monica suppressed a smile. Jake looked nervous. The Pembertons looked horrified. What is he doing here? Richard barked. Security! Mr. Pemberton, Monica interrupted, allow me to introduce Miles Harrington, CEO and founder of SecureNet Solutions. Diane's mouth fell open. Victoria turned pale. Richard's face went purple. This is a joke, Richard sputtered. Him? Not a joke, I said, taking a seat. Monica tells me you need cybersecurity services, urgently. There's been a mistake, Diane said quickly. We'll find another company. There are no other companies, Mrs. Pemberton, Monica replied. You've been rejected by everyone else. We're your only option. Richard stood up. I will not do business with this tech support guy, survey taker, dead weight, I offered. Miles, Victoria said shakily. We didn't know what? That I was successful? You never asked. You just assumed. You deliberately deceived us. Richard pointed at me. I tried to tell you multiple times. You interrupted every single time. Jake spoke up. Dad, Miles has been trying to tell you for 3 years. You shut him down constantly. Stay out of this, Jake, Diane snapped. No, Miles is my brother. You've treated him like garbage, and I let it happen. But he's worth 10 of us. Richard's voice shook with rage. He's here to humiliate us. Actually, I said, pulling out a contract, I'm here to do business. 45 days, full compliance guarantee, $3 million. $3 million? That's robbery. That's the market rate. Call around if you'd like. Oh, wait, you already did. We'll find someone else. You won't. You have 30 days until your deadline. You're out of time. Victoria turned to me, softer now. Miles, please, we made mistakes. You didn't want to know, Victoria. There's a difference. We're sorry, Diane said stiffly. Sorry? You called me a pyramid scheme operator. Dead weight, an embarrassment. We apologize, Richard said through gritted teeth. Can we move forward? That depends. Do you want my services? We need them. Name your price. $3 million, 50% upfront, 50% on completion? That's unacceptable. We need flexibility. Then find someone else. I stood. Monica, let's go. Wait, Victoria jumped up. This isn't just about Dad's company. Jake works here. If this fails, he loses everything. I looked at Jake, who met my eyes. Don't do this for me, Miles. Do what you think is right. I turned back to Richard. Here's what I think is right. You treated me like I was worthless because I didn't fit your definition of success. You never asked about my life, my work. You just assumed I was a failure. We said we're sorry, Diane said impatiently. What more do you want? Nothing from you. I don't want your apology or your money. I pushed the contract away. I'm not taking this job. Richard's eyes widened. You can't do this. This is extortion. No, this is me choosing my clients, and I don't choose you. Miles, please, Victoria begged. We'll do anything. There's nothing you can offer. No apology will fix 3 years of humiliation. You wanted successful people? Congratulations, you just met one, and he wants nothing to do with you. Richard suddenly lunged, grabbing my jacket. You smug little— Dad, don't! Jake pulled him back, but Richard shoved him hard into the table. You'll regret this, Richard shouted. I'll destroy you, I'll sue you, I'll ruin your reputation. Monica held up her phone. Mr. Pemberton, we have witnesses to your assault and threats. Richard realized what he'd done, but the damage was done. 2 days later, I sat in a police station with Monica and my lawyer. Jake gave his statement beside me. The officer looked up. So Mr. Pemberton grabbed your jacket, shoved your brother, and threatened to destroy your business? Correct, I said. We have video and 4 witnesses. And you're pressing charges? Absolutely, Jake spoke up. Officer, I know he's my father-in-law, but what he did was wrong. The officer nodded. We'll proceed with assault charges. This should be straightforward. After leaving, Jake and I grabbed coffee. He looked exhausted. Victoria served me with divorce papers this morning, he said quietly. Jake, I'm sorry. Don't be. She chose her parents over me, even after seeing what they did to you. He smiled slightly. I resigned from Pemberton Development. Think SecureNet is hiring? Always room for real family. My phone buzzed. An email from Richard's lawyer requesting a meeting. He's going to beg, Jake said. Their deadline is in 3 weeks. I met with Richard's lawyer, Tom Chen, the next day. Mr. Harrington, my client, deeply regrets his actions. He's prepared to apologize and offer compensation. Not interested. Please. Mr. Pemberton faces criminal charges. His business is collapsing. His family is falling apart. He wants to apologize properly. Mr. Chen, some things can't be fixed with apologies. He spent 3 years treating me like I was beneath him. He assaulted me when I refused to save his business. Now he wants forgiveness? No. What about Jake? Jake quit. He's thriving away from that toxic environment. Is there anything Richard can do? He can face the consequences, that's it. 3 weeks later, Pemberton Development filed for bankruptcy. Without the cybersecurity implementation, they couldn't get licensed. Their investors pulled out. Everything collapsed. Richard pled guilty to assault and received community service and probation. Jake joined a tech startup as CFO and was happier than I'd seen him in years. We were having dinner when he asked, "Do you feel bad at all?" Not even a little bit. They made their choices. This is just karma. Victoria called yesterday. She wanted to apologize. What'd you say? I told her I appreciated it, but that I'd moved on. Some things you can't come back from. Yeah, I know. Why did you let them treat you that way for so long? I wanted to see who they really were. Turns out they're exactly the people I don't need in my life. Jake raised his glass. To moving forward. To moving forward. As I drove home, I thought about Richard's words. People like you never succeed. He was wrong. I succeeded just fine, without needing his approval, respect, or acknowledgement. And that was the best revenge of all. Have you ever been underestimated by someone, only to prove them wrong later? Share your story in the comments below. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more true stories about standing up for yourself.